Self-care is important. It is not selfish. It is about taking care of yourself. When you take care of yourself, you feel better. You have more energy. This makes it easier to reach your goals. This includes weight loss. Self-care is a key to success. Many people try to lose weight with strict diets. These diets can be hard to follow. They can make you feel deprived. Self-care is different. It is about making healthy choices. It is about finding joy in the journey. When you practice self-care, you create a better relationship with your body. You begin to appreciate your body. You listen to its needs. This is essential for long-term weight loss. We have all been there. At some point in our lives, each of us has faced a moment where we felt overwhelmed by the challenges in front of us. Whether it's trying to make a positive change, break an old habit, or simply keep up with the demands of daily life, the struggle is something we all share. It's a universal experience, and it connects us in ways we might not even realize. We start a new diet with the best intentions. We are motivated, excited, and hopeful that this time will be different. We plan our meals, fill our carts with fresh produce, and maybe even start a food journal to track our progress. In those first few days, our determination feels unbreakable. We imagine the results, the healthier version of ourselves, and we believe we can get there. We are determined to see results. But then life happens. Our schedules fill up, work deadlines pile on, and family responsibilities demand our attention. Suddenly, the time and energy we had for meal prepping and exercise start to slip away. Stress creeps in and our focus shifts. We find ourselves eating lunch at our desks, distracted by emails and notifications, barely tasting our food. In those moments, we reach for comfort food. It's easy to fall back on old habits when we're tired or stressed. The allure of a sweet treat or a salty snack can be hard to resist, especially when it feels like a small reward for making it through a tough day. Late at night, the kitchen calls to us, and we find ourselves searching for something to soothe our emotions. The truth is, weight loss can be challenging. It's not just about willpower or discipline. There are emotional ups and downs, setbacks, and moments of frustration. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, the scale doesn't move, or we slip back into old patterns. It's easy to feel discouraged and wonder if lasting change is even possible. It is not always easy to stay on track. Temptations are everywhere, at the bakery, at family gatherings, even on our phones as we scroll through endless photos of delicious food. And then there's the added pressure from society, which often makes us feel like we're not doing enough or not moving fast enough. We are bombarded with images of unrealistic beauty standards. Magazines, advertisements, and social media feeds are filled with airbrushed photos and carefully curated images that set impossible expectations. It's hard not to compare ourselves to these ideals, even though we know they aren't real. This can make us feel inadequate. We start to question our worth and our progress. The reflection in the mirror doesn't always match the image we have in our minds, and that can be deeply discouraging. It's easy to feel like we're falling short, no matter how hard we try. It can make us feel like we are not good enough. We remember times when we felt more confident, or we look at old photos and wonder where that person went. The weight of self-doubt can be heavy, and it can make the journey feel even longer. But it is important to remember that you are not alone in this struggle. So many people are walking the same path, facing the same obstacles, and feeling the same emotions. Support can come from friends, family, or even strangers who understand what you're going through. Reaching out and sharing your experience can make a world of difference. Many people face the same challenges. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate the small victories and don't be too hard on yourself when things don't go as planned. Self-compassion is just as important as self-discipline. Take a moment to breathe, reflect, and remind yourself that progress is not always linear. It is a journey, not a race. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Embrace the process, trust yourself, and remember that lasting change takes time. You are stronger than you think, and you are capable of overcoming any obstacle that comes your way. We are often told to put others first. We put the needs of our families, friends, and work before our own. This can leave us feeling depleted and exhausted. It can make us feel guilty for taking time for ourselves. But here's the truth. Self-care is not selfish. It is essential. When you take care of yourself, you have more to give to others. You are more patient. You are more understanding. You are more present. Challenge the societal pressures that make you feel guilty about self-care. Embrace the fact that taking care of yourself is essential for your well-being and the well-being of those around you. Self-care looks different for everyone. There is no one-size-fits-all approach, and that's what makes it so special. Your self-care rhythm is as unique as your fingerprint, shaped by your needs, your lifestyle, and what brings you joy or peace. For some, self-care might mean quiet moments alone, while for others, it could be connecting with friends or spending time outdoors. The key is to listen to yourself and honor what feels right for you, without comparing your journey to anyone else's. Self-care is not about expensive spa days or elaborate rituals, unless those are things you genuinely love. It's about the small everyday choices that help you feel grounded and cared for. Maybe it's savoring a warm cup of tea in the morning, curling up with a good book, or simply taking a few moments to stretch and breathe before you start your day. These little acts can have a big impact on your overall well-being. The heart of self-care is finding small, meaningful ways to nurture your mind, body, and soul. It's about tuning in to what you need in the moment, whether that's rest, movement, nourishment, or connection. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Start with 1 or 2 simple practices that feel manageable and build from there. Over time, these small steps add up, creating a foundation of self-compassion and resilience. Creating a routine that works for you is essential. Start with mindfulness, which is simply the practice of being present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Mindfulness can help you slow down, reduce stress, and reconnect with yourself, even on the busiest days. Take a few minutes each day to simply breathe. Find a comfortable seat, close your eyes if you like, and focus on the sensation of your breath moving in and out of your body. Notice how your chest rises and falls, how the air feels as it enters and leaves your nose. This simple act can help calm your mind and center your thoughts. Pay attention to your breath, letting it anchor you in the present moment. If your mind wanders, gently bring your focus back to your breathing. There's no need to judge yourself or strive for perfection. Just notice what's happening and let it be. Let thoughts come and go without judgment. Imagine them as clouds drifting across the sky. Acknowledge them, but don't hold on. This practice can help you develop a sense of inner peace and acceptance, even when life feels overwhelming. If you're new to mindfulness, you can try meditation apps or guided visualizations to help you get started. There are many resources available that can walk you through simple practices, whether you have 5 minutes or half an hour. Alongside mindfulness, focus on balanced nutrition. Eating whole, unprocessed foods can nourish your body and support your mental health. Try to include a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and healthy proteins in your meals. Listen to your body's hunger and fullness cues. Eat slowly, savoring each bite, and notice how different foods make you feel. Enjoy your meals without guilt or restriction. Remember, self-care is not about following strict rules. It's about honoring your body's needs and finding pleasure in nourishing yourself. Movement is another important part of self-care. Find an activity you truly enjoy, whether it's a gentle walk in nature, a dance class with friends, or a solo bike ride through your neighborhood. The goal is to move your body in ways that feel good, not to punish yourself or meet someone else's expectations. It could be dancing, swimming, hiking, or anything that gets you moving. Make it fun. When you choose activities that bring you joy, you're more likely to stick with them and make movement a regular part of your routine. Remember, self-care is a journey, not a destination. Be gentle with yourself as you explore what works best for you and celebrate every small step along the way. Self-care is not just about grand gestures. It's really about finding joy in the everyday moments, you know? It's about appreciating the little things. Maybe you start your day with a cup of tea in silence, or you take a walk in nature. Listen to your favorite music, spend time with loved ones, or just do something that makes you happy. These small moments of joy can have a big impact on your overall well-being. They can help reduce stress, boost your mood, and even increase your energy levels. For the longest time, I genuinely believed that self-care was something reserved for people with extra time or money, something indulgent, almost frivolous. I thought it was about spa days, expensive products, or elaborate routines. It felt out of reach, like a luxury I couldn't afford, both in terms of time and resources. My days were always packed. From the moment I woke up, I was juggling a million things: work deadlines, family responsibilities, social commitments, and the never-ending to-do list on my phone. There was barely a moment to breathe, let alone pause and think about myself. I was constantly putting everyone else's needs before my own. Whether it was helping a family member, supporting a friend, or volunteering for extra work, I always said yes. Deep down, I felt a sense of guilt whenever I even considered taking a break for myself. It was as if prioritizing my own well-being meant I was being selfish or neglectful. But over time, the exhaustion started to catch up with me. I noticed I was running on empty, feeling drained and irritable. My body and mind were sending me signals: headaches, fatigue, and a constant sense of overwhelm. I realized I was burning out and something had to change. I remember looking at myself in the mirror one evening, barely recognizing the tired face staring back at me. I was always tired, always running behind, and I knew deep down that I wasn't really taking care of myself. I was surviving, not thriving. That was my turning point. I decided, almost out of desperation, that I needed to make a change. But I didn't overhaul my life overnight. Instead, I started small, tiny steps that felt manageable. I began by setting aside just a few minutes each day for myself, even if it was just to sit quietly with a cup of tea or jot down my thoughts in a journal. Gradually, I began to incorporate small acts of self-care into my daily routine. Sometimes it was as simple as reading a chapter of a book under a cozy blanket, or treating myself to a face mask at home. These moments, though brief, started to feel like little gifts to myself. One of the most transformative habits I picked up was meditation. I started with just 5 minutes each morning, sitting quietly on my yoga mat, focusing on my breath. At first, it felt awkward and my mind would wander, but over time, those 5 minutes became a sacred ritual, a way to ground myself before the chaos of the day began. I also made a conscious effort to nourish my body. Instead of grabbing whatever was convenient, I started cooking healthier meals, experimenting with new recipes, and actually enjoying the process of preparing food. Cooking became another form of self-care, a way to show myself love and attention. And perhaps most importantly, I made time to reconnect with nature. I scheduled regular walks in the park, and sometimes even short hikes on weekends. Being outdoors, surrounded by greenery and fresh air, helped me clear my mind and recharge in ways I hadn't expected. The results were nothing short of amazing. Slowly but surely, I noticed a shift. I had more energy throughout the day, my mood improved, and I found myself feeling genuinely happier. I was more productive at work and more present with my loved ones. It was as if those small acts of self-care had unlocked a new version of myself, one that was more resilient, joyful, and balanced. Looking back, I realize now that self-care isn't selfish at all. In fact, it's essential. By taking care of myself, I'm able to show up more fully for the people I love and the things that matter most. My self-care revelation has truly changed my life, and I hope it inspires you to make space for yourself too. And self-care is a journey, not a destination. It's really about finding what works for you. But there are 3 key elements that can benefit everyone: mindfulness, nutrition, and movement. Mindfulness helps you connect with yourself. Nutrition nourishes your body. Movement energizes you. Together, they create a powerful foundation for overall well-being. You don't have to wait for the perfect time to start your self-care journey. Start today. Start small. Just choose one thing from this essay and incorporate it into your life. Listen to your body. Honor your needs. Be kind to yourself. You are worth it. Remember, self-care is a journey. It is not about perfection. It's about progress. There will be days when you fall off track, and that's okay. Just pick yourself up and start again. Don't be afraid to ask for support. Talk to a friend, family member, or therapist. Join a support group. You are not alone. Embrace the journey. Celebrate your successes. Learn from your setbacks. And most importantly, be kind to yourself every step of the way.